really through there, and again parallel when they come to that bridge. Turn 7 up the hill, a vital corners to get right. Now let's listen to this. Sounds like the tiniest of lifts between both drivers. Not quite flat today. Now in towards turn 10. One thing I spotted here was that Hamilton used second gear on the dash there. You see that Bottas holds third. So two different styles, and maybe their cars just feeling slightly different through there. But the line, at least, and where they brake looked exactly the same. Through turn 12, a little bit of understeer in both cars, and both using the same amount of... I'll just rewind it there, because Hamilton just picks up a little bit of oversteer I've just seen as he turns into the corner. Watch on the left-hand side of the screen. There it goes. Right there, the camera breaks up, obviously, but yeah, Hamilton just fighting the car a little bit more than Bottas in turn 13 with the rear of the car. Exit, I'd say, from Bottas looks slightly cleaner than Lewis on the left-hand side, but so close. And great laps, you'd have to say, from both drivers. They really pushed that car right to the edge of its ability, and it was the best one out there today.
Okay, let's get some views from the Red Bull camp. Daniel Ricciardo will start from 6th alongside his teammate Max Verstappen from 5th. They started this race last time round. I'm sure that's music to the ears after what happened in Baku of Christian Horner, but let's get the thoughts of the Australian.
Daniel, you put in an absolutely belting lap at the beginning of that session, and yet we're leapfrogged. I mean, we were surprised by your pace. Were you?
I don't know. Didn't really know what to expect. You never really know, I think, until quali. You know, obviously Fridays paint one picture, but you're never really sure what's going to happen. And Q3, I think we both put in a strong lap on the supers, which I don't think was our preferred tyre. I think for just the way the car's feeling this weekend, I thought we were more comfortable on the soft, so that's why I went for that tyre in the second part of Q3. And I chipped away on my lap time by a few hundredths, but it wasn't enough. And yeah, they put in some belters at the end, so a little bit disheartening, because I think I don't really know what I could have done more, you know, with what we had. So yeah, the gap was, with the laps we put in, I thought we would have been, you know, a couple tenths from pole, not, I don't know, what was it, 6, 7 or something. So that gap's a little bit, yeah, not so nice. And then the 2 1,000ths of a gap, yeah, that's not nice either, but it is what it is.
Can you guys take the race to the Ferraris and Mercedes tomorrow?
Yeah, just going to say yes. I don't know. I'll try.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Max, it seems a bit of a topsy-turvy weekend. You know, you guys put in just quite incredible laps then, only to be eclipsed right at the end of the session. Yeah,
it's just Q3. We don't have that power mode, and especially now that from turn 1 till turn 4 it's flat out with corners in it, so it's even harder for us because we lose even more speed because of the friction from the tires. So the engine, you know, we just lose more top speed. And from turn 7 till turn 10 is also straight now because turn 9 is flat. So it's just all a bit more painful for us, and especially in Q3 when they also then add this extra power, which they even have, you know, just for that session, then it all gets a bit harder. And that together with my final lap, I couldn't continue after turn 1. I had a moment, you know, then the gap is a little bit bigger than it should be, but I think anyway top 3 was not possible today.
What are your views on the tyre compounds?
Yeah, I still don't know what's the fastest tyre, to be honest. I chose for a super soft. Daniel went on a soft. I think Mercedes went on a soft. Honestly, I haven't seen really, but even for me it was a guess, so a bit tricky.
So tomorrow, you know, it's all a bit mixed up, isn't it? It could be an exciting race.
I don't think many people will choose the super soft, because over one lap, you know, you can maybe go a bit faster, but in the long run it will just fall apart. So I think a lot of people would choose the soft and the medium.
Good race tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, just 2 1,000ths between Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. But it's the first time that Mercedes have locked out the front row in 2018. The last time we locked out the front row here in Barcelona was in 2016, and we all know what happened then on the first lap between Rosberg and Hamilton. More when we come back.
The truth is, I'm not making important copies. Another truth is that the Advantage account from Manulife Bank gives you 2.4% interest on every dollar and gives you access to your money at over 3,700 ABMs in Canada. Make more money on your money, people.
sure you don't need a dolly for that?
I'm good.
Work can be uncomfortable. So at least get the work shoes that are comfortable. The Timberland Pro Ridgework, not uncomfortable.
Now serving 49.
Can I just buy my tires and book my appointment online?
Good one.
At caltire.com, you can order new tires online, and they'll be installed in no time.
There's a party right now at partycasino.net, the online casino where the fun never stops.
Party, casino, casino, casino.
At Party Casino, you'll find all your favorite casino games and much more, like Loot and Common and Melon Madness, with huge jackpots and fantastic bonuses. Party Casino is where the party's at. Join the party and play now at partycasino.net.
So I'm being charged for my transactions?
Not if you switch to a Manulife Bank Advantage account, the combined checking and savings account that gives you 2.4% interest. Oh, yoo-hoo.
Who are you?
I'm the Truth Fairy, and you are welcome.
I am.
2018 IIHF World Championship on TSN.
Majestic. Is this the moment it is? Brilliant, magnificent goal. Incredible. This World Cup is the gift that keeps on giving.
Lewis Hamilton picking up pole position and 4/100ths ahead of his teammate Valtteri Bottas. They have locked out the front row of the grid, and Mercedes in front of Dr. Zecca will be very happy with their day's work. I'm delighted to say that two-time world champion and proud Spaniard Fernando alongside us now.
Hello.
Are you happy with that? 8? Do you want it to be best of the rest? That was the sort of goal, just one between you and the top 3, if you like.
I'm happy with that. Definitely, P8 I think is a good position. P13 in the last 3 qualifying, so definitely a step forward. Probably the downside of this position is still the gap, with the top 6. They are in another league, and we need to keep chasing, and closing that gap race after race.
You mentioned that gap, Fernando. You came here with a very different front nose, new concept in it. Is it working? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, definitely happy. As I said, we definitely make a step forward this race, and everything that we bring to the track is delivering the expectations, and the lap time that we were expecting from them. So that's a positive thing. The correlation with the factories. So we just need more new parts, and as soon as possible.
Do you think that's going to keep on coming? Obviously, we had Zach on in the build up to qualifying there. You're talking about expectations. We know how high yours are, Fernando. Are they satisfying your expectations right now with what you're getting?
But definitely, I think this package is making me happy. In another way, this car, let's say, is supposed to be the Australian Grand Prix package, and here bringing the Spanish Grand Prix. So that delay on the first improvement, and having not in the first race, having it here, probably put us in a difficult position in the first couple of races. We saved them with a lot of points on Sundays, with a little bit of luck and good races. But from now on, we need to push the development, and we need to bring new parts every single race.
You're further up the grid than you have been at the Grand Prix so far this year, and Zach said you've been carrying the team. Can you make a difference? Kevin Magnussen's been a bit difficult to overtake recently with people, though. I don't know if you saw Gasly's incident in the last one, but
I don't know, man. I recovered, I think, the average 6 places per Grand Prix. So if we do that tomorrow, I'm quite happy with that.
There's a lot of people expecting that as well.
Yeah, they could help, maybe.
Just tell us about the Spanish crowd. Look, what's this? 18th season in Formula One now. Does the support remain the same? Do you still get the same buzz going out here in front of the home crowd? You can hear them now.
It remains the same. That I'm amazed by that. Sometimes, especially in 2005, 6, 7. The years that we were fighting for the championship, and then the Ferrari years, we had a lot of support, and always I come here, and it seems that it's bigger and bigger, and the people are still as excited as every other year, and they reset whatever happened in the first couple of races, and they come here and they expect you to win. They didn't watch the first 4 races. They expect you to win and to deliver the result, and happy for that, happy for the support, and hopefully tomorrow we put a a good show for them, because definitely, you know, there are a lot of people here. Will be the first Spanish Grand Prix live. Another ones they're coming with families, with things like that, and yeah, it's important to put a good show.
Just a final one as well on your WEC, having stolen Anthony Davidson, our teammate's position in that Toyota team. Obviously, he's very happy about that.
He was driving yesterday. Anyway, you know, in the F1, so
exactly.
I'm driving the Toyota, he's driving the F1.
But it gave you a big boost, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Anthony is obviously a very experienced driver in the WEC, and you know, a very good teammate. You know, we have a lot of fun. Even if he's not driving, we are having a lot of fun.
Top man, thanks. Go well tomorrow, Fernando. Appreciate your time as always. Let's get the views of Kimi Räikkönen, who starts from 4th position tomorrow. This is what he's had to say to Natalie.
Kimi, it looked like Red Bull had put in a couple of really strong laps from their drivers, and yet you guys were able to leapfrog them. How do you think this is going to translate to the race tomorrow?
It was not far from ideal qualifying, but this is what we got, and you know, Mercedes faster today, so you know, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Do you expect it to be a similar pecking order though tomorrow?
I don't know.
Okay, so Kimi, it's a little bit disappointed from Kimi's perspective today. He just had a poor first run, didn't he, in Q3 there?
He'll play a key role tomorrow. I think Ferrari will use him quite aggressively. They've got the Red Bulls there, which are going to do that as well, and it's about putting pressure, making them uncomfortable. If Mercedes had anything bad against them yesterday, it was their degradation was a little bit higher and kicked in quicker than the two other guys, and I think that's where you can't even rule out the Red Bull guys at the moment.
Yeah, well, the Red Bull, as you're saying, the difference probably between the amount of fuel that they put in there. Yeah, here he goes. Stealing his information.
Yeah, what we picked up on was Danny Rick obviously chose that soft tyre, and what he did is he fueled for 3 laps on his last attempt. His quickest lap was the first one, so he carried an extra 2 laps of fuel around there. That's probably why he's not very happy, because had he taken that out and just went aggressive, he would have beat his teammate, and it would have made life a bit easier tomorrow than trying to pass him like he did in Baku.
Okay, we've got 2 Spaniards inside the top 10. Fernando Alonso starting from 8th, Carlos Sainz from 9th. Here he is.
Carlos, you must be delighted with that, especially, I mean, I know that your teammate had a fuel pressure problem, but you significantly out-qualified him for the first time this season.
Yeah, it's been a good day, not so much regarding Nico, but regarding my own performance, the step forwards that we've done since yesterday, we have gone massively quicker than yesterday. We've gained like something like 2 seconds on performance, so it's a huge step, and well done to all the team for turning things around.
And for the home fans, 2 Spaniards in the top 10, it's going to be a good day tomorrow, isn't it?
It's going to be a good day. Hopefully we are both in the top 10 and fighting for bigger things hopefully tomorrow.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So it was a fuel pressure issue which cost Nico Hülkenberg, and Hülkenberg had out-qualified Sainz in every qualifying session so far this year. I mean, look, obviously that's helped him, but it's going to be a real boost for Carlos Sainz, because I'm not sure he was performing to his own high standards.
No, he was definitely coming under pressure there from Nico, and he wasn't too happy with the car. And but I mean, what's again, the statistics have proven correct. We saw Mark Hughes was giving that statistic before qualifying that Carlos has never been out-qualified on this track by his teammate, so he's kept that one. But a close battle. Well, the interesting thing, of course, is between Renault themselves and McLaren, because obviously the comparisons are bound to be made. They're a long way off of the Red Bull with the Renault engine, but it's very important for McLaren to actually be ahead and the next in the line.
Fernando was, I mean, he was making the point there that he's happy-ish with the expectations, but I mean, I think, behind closed doors, what do you suggest that they're going to be saying about that?
I think they're saying it's working. I had a quiet word with somebody that I know there. They're happy with what's coming. They expect a bit more. I think the biggest concern for them is still the gap that they've got to close to the guys in front. Until they catch Red Bull, until they're comfortably 7th every Grand Prix, 7th and 8th, you've and Stoffel pushes Fernando that bit more. That's what they can build on next year. But things move on so quick. The big thing, obviously, going to Monaco, it may help them a little bit if their car suits a bit more, but when you get to Canada, it just gets a bit harder again.
Okay, Brendan Hartley didn't take part, obviously, in that qualifying, or any of those qualifying sessions, because of what happened in P3. There he was, turn 9, high impact. They couldn't obviously get the car ready. He's okay, walked away, went to the medical centre, and he's given the all clear. Obviously, he'll have to go to race director Hamilton, and they'll have to say whether or not that he'll be able to race tomorrow. No time set in qualifying, so they do have to go to Charlie. We shall see what happened there, but let's hear from the man himself again, speaking with Natalie a little bit earlier.
So Brendan, a big shunt today. Are you all in one piece?
Yeah, I can feel the neck and head a little bit. It was a big impact, but everyone's working hard to get the car fixed for tomorrow, and I'll be fine and physically fit to drive the car. Just how big a job have the team got? Yeah, I think there's no chassis damage, which is important. So most of the other bits are replaceable. I don't know what it means going forward in terms of new parts introduced to the car from the drivetrain, but I think they should have no problems getting it fixed in time.
And what about the race? What's the car capable, all being well, that you do start tomorrow? What is it capable of doing around here?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get a crack in qualifying because the car feel good this morning. I was quite happy with the balance. We'll have to see what we can do from the back. I know Toro also started from last position last year at this track and scored points, so that has to be the goal.
No pressure then, you can do that.
Difficult day for him. To pull himself together after that. I mean, his confidence is a bit low at the moment.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good Baku, did he? And yeah, it's tough. Formula One is tough, and you know, he's a little bit reeling. I hope he hasn't seen stars after that reversing episode, because that was a hefty whack. And you know, you think you're okay, and then you're not quite there yet, and you get in a car again and you go into a race. You have to be so sharp, and if you're slightly under par, it's best to call it, I think.
21 of the last 24 races here have been one from the front row of the grid, as you pointed out. What have Red Bull got to do to get in amongst them? I mean, obviously fast start, it's all down with that run down to turn one.
Yeah, they do. They need to keep pushing on. They've got great race pace, but what they need to do is be flexible. They need to extend their stint. They need to equally bring their stints early. They need to pressure Ferrari and Mercedes to react against each other and get into it. But you know, this race is far from over. Verstappen is on a bit of a mission at the moment as well, and Danny Rick's a good overtaker.
Details for tomorrow. This is what you need to remember. We'll be on air from 12:30. It's a 10 past 2 lights out here for the Spanish Grand Prix. My thanks to Paul, my thanks to Damon. So there we go. Mercedes in the end had too much for Ferrari, too much for Red Bull. They've locked out the front row. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
There's not a snowball in hell's chance that that's going to be out for qualifying.
Lance Stroll is out of qualifying.